Today I'm going to be showing you fabrics and patterns of things I'm going to make in August, hopefully. Hi everyone, I'm Hales and welcome to my channel. Today I have relocated to our dining room because at this time of day the conservatory is just really bright, so the sun's coming in. So I didn't want to film where I'm like, So I'm here. So a bit of a plain backdrop, but I'm just going to go with it. Today I thought I'd show you different plans and fabrics that I have and hopefully you will use this month in August, and it helps my motivation. I will launch in first with the first thing I'm actually currently working on, which is, I will pop a picture in because my husband does Star Wars cosplay and I have previously made a pair of pants, you know, trousers for his costume, but the design has changed, more details have come out, they need to be screen accurate, so the stitching's in a different place, so I need to make a new pair. So they're basically like a jodhpur shape. This is one leg, this is what I'm working on at the minute. So there we go, and then like that. But they have top stitching around where the back portion, let me just see if that focuses, there we go. So this bit here, this is the back of the leg and there's a seam. So this bit is separate to this bit, and where the seam is, there is top stitching either side of the seam. Honestly, it's driving me nuts trying to get the stitching in a straight line because this is, so you're running it through your machine like this. Let me just move my light because it's a bit dark, hang on. Probably gonna get glare off my glasses, so you'll have to excuse me for that. So here, so you run it through, so you're running it through your machine like this, so you can't line up either side with you know, like a seam gauge or piece of tape or anything to butt it. There's nothing you can butt it up against because it's literally like that. You can't see your needle plate at all. So I have tried it with my, I've got an edge stitching foot, but it's really hard to do because you're staring at it and you kind of get a bit cross-eyed because you're trying to make sure this sharp blade, hang on, let me just show you what I'm talking about. I should be better prepared for this. I'm clearly not. So, oh, hang on, block my face out. So here, so it has like that, can you see that black bit there? So that bit there sits in your seam and it's basically like a sort of stitch in the ditch thing. No, it's not because, oh, you'd have to move your needle, I guess, for that. So it sits in your seam like that, and then it should give you the straight line because it goes along where the seam is stitched. But it's really easy for it to kind of like, because it's a bit flexible, to kind of like squiff off to one side. I have therefore been unpicking and restitching this about 4 times, and I'm still not sure if it's perfect and if it's good enough or not. But this is what I'm working on, and it's a canvas fabric so that it holds the weight. So it holds the shape because it's like an exaggerated shape. This is not everyday wear, so it's a bit strange to anyone else, I guess. But it has to be made in a certain way, and I've been putting it off for ages, so I thought I'd finally cut it out and give it a go, but it's not working out great. One of the reasons that I got the vintage machine and tried to get that up and running was to sew through heavier fabric like fleece and canvas, which is for the things like that. But it died on me. So I had, and also, sorry, I'm like fiddling. I mean, I feel like a child. Let me just put my foot away and I'll just try and keep my hand still so no one gets to know watching this. Yeah, I was stitching something. I thought there's a funny smell, I can smell something funny. So I leant down and had a sniff, and I think the motor was burning out. I switched it off, I went off and did something else, and when I came back and plugged it in, the light came on, but when I hit the pedal down, nothing happened. I think maybe the motor has burnt out. My dad has a friend at his church who services and repairs sewing machines for a charity because people donate them. He sort of fixes them up and then they get sent off to Africa to help communities out there. So he had initially looked over my machine and now it's died. So my dad asked me yesterday if I wanted him to, this guy, to have a look at it and if it's worth repairing. The trouble is, the stitching hasn't been great. So my debate at the moment is whether I actually get a heavy duty machine or whether I just try and plow on with my digital machine. So that is the other reason why my sewing machine is set up in my dining room, so I could spread out and sew a long length of fabric so it's balanced on the table, because my sewing desk has the drawers next to it, and so I'm in a confined space and then material gets caught and then it pulls it out of shape. I will keep you up to date, but I am debating sewing machines at the moment. On to the good stuff. Let's show you some fabrics. Now, I've had this fabric I think a couple of years. I'm pretty sure it wasn't last year that I bought it. It is a crepe, so grey background. This shrank really badly in the machine, so I have lost quite a bit, so it's not great, but you know, it's got a good drape to it. And the pattern I'm thinking is Simplicity 1887, and I'm thinking about one of the skirts. I don't know which one at the moment, but it is a simple elasticated skirt. Show you the line drawing if that's gonna like that. Focus. I've got a wobbly hand at a distance. So it says easy to sew. Obviously there are the trousers. It might be okay for the trousers, but anyone who's watched this channel for a while will know my relationship with trousers. Next up, this is the return of the infamous McCalls 6711. In my July makes, I made a sort of greeny peach top. The fit was okay from here down. Up here it was terrible and it was too small. So I'm thinking of trying to size up across here and do a couple of alterations and use the fabric that I bought the other month, which is this one I got from Minerva. It's a floaty top, satiny sort of fabric, and I thought it would have good drape as it's got gathers in it. I thought I would give that a go. It says it's easy. The only problem is I'm a cutter, not a tracer, so I have cut what was the smallest size, so I will need to grade out and effectively guess where the next size was, because I didn't do, sometimes I clip down from a bigger size and then I just fold it under, so I can then sew a bigger size, but I think I was brutal and just nicked into it. But hopefully that'll be okay. The next thing is I have this fabric, it's an upholstery fabric, and this is effectively a remnant, and I bought it for some cushions that I made for my living room, and my husband doesn't like the pattern, but get that in there. I don't know if there's a name on it actually. Designed in England. Functional? No idea. But I bought it from a furniture store, so it had upholstery fabrics and curtains and that kind of thing. And so it was, I think it was a remnant when I bought it, but it was you know, it was quite expensive, because I thought, oh, it's a good quality. We'd had loads of cheap cushions that I bought from the supermarket and they squished down, they didn't look very good. So a lot of the fabrics that I did with this, let me show you the cushion. So this is the cushion that I made. Let me just get that fabric out of the way. So there, and I backed it with a teal velvet and then put an invisible zip. You shouldn't be able to see it because it's invisible. So, and they were nice sort of feather filled cushions. My husband said the pattern's weird and he doesn't like them, but I have still kept them in the living room. But I had this fabric. My mother-in-law came to stay last week in the summer, and she spotted the fabric, and I said I was just going to use it as a rough toil fabric for something, and she said she really liked it. So I said, well, I can make you a cushion if you like. And as she was leaving to go off to the airport to fly home, she lives in Northern Ireland, she said, oh, don't forget, I would like a cushion. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I think I've got enough for 2 cushions, but I will probably back them with the same material. So I think it'll be the same both sides, but I'm going to try and do some piping just to make it look a bit extra special. I ordered a couple of invisible zips, but they weren't long enough, so I think it would be a nightmare trying to get the cover on and off. So I got them from eBay, and I have now reordered about 2 inches bigger. This is a remnant. It is, I think, 1.3 meters. It's a poly jersey. Oh, bit of fluff on there. A poly jersey, and it cost me, I think it was £4.50. And it is to make another of what is this one? Hang on, where's the code? 7432. And the dress with the v-neck, I made it into a t-shirt. That was also in my July makes, and I was thinking about doing another one, so that's that. I have the McCalls 7415 Palmer Pletsch pattern. This is their like pants pattern, which only has one seam, and that is on the inside and it wraps around. But this one you can also make shorts from, and I have a metre of Ponte Roma, black Ponte Roma, so I thought maybe I would try it after all my debate and awful things, the side seams slanting the wrong way. Maybe I would try that if I get time. My last fabric is something I bought with a gift card I won. It's from Minerva Crafts, but actually I've seen this locally, I've seen this in other places as well, so you can get it. And there was a property programme over here with a presenter called Kirsty Alsop, and she actually presented a programme quite locally to me in Bury St Edmunds in the height of the summer last year, wearing a dress made out of this fabric. It is a cotton lawn. I'm not sure who it's by, but it has a lovely silky feel to it, and I thought if she's wearing that, and it was like she's renowned, this presenter in the UK is renowned for shirt dresses with quite a full skirt. I have 2 meters, so that is not enough for a full skirt, and I'm not a big fan of a full skirt anyway. But I don't know, it's sitting there and sitting there, and I thought, well, she's wearing it in the heat, so maybe that is a nice fabric to keep cool. The pattern I've got is Simplicity 8014, which I got a while ago. It is a really popular pattern, I think, with various people. So I'm hoping if it's popular, that's because it's a good fit. Now this one, it does have sleeves. At the minute it's too hot, so whether I make this, I don't know. I don't know whether to make that as a shirt dress, or but if I then put the sleeves on it, it's too summery and it's too hot to wear with the sleeves, and then autumn time it's the wrong colours. But that is my other fabric that I have and I've held on to for about a year. So they are my plan for August. I may make a few bits and pieces in between. My daughter is now saying that some of the t-shirts she's got, she has outgrown. I think she's going through a growth spurt at the minute, so I maybe need to source some more cotton jersey for that. But that is everything on my list so far. So stay tuned to this channel, and if you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button, and then you'll be in touch for my progress videos, and at the end of the month I do a roundup of my monthly makes. So thanks for watching, and I will see you again soon in my next video.